Good afternoon, all of you. Can you hear me? Aryan, Ayush, they've all registered. Shubham also has done. Sumit Bajia, okay, good. All right, so we have done, what have we done so far? So last time we had done yesterday, that is yesterday, we had done the introduction to thorax, and then we had a demonstrations on the thoracic wall. And so you saw the videos, and today after this lecture at 3 o'clock onwards, we are going to start with demonstration of the typical rib. So it will be shown how the typical rib looks like, what's its parts are, and then followed by tomorrow we'll have other atypical vertebrae. So today we are going to start with what we call as thoracic wall, and we have it in two sessions. One is today, and one is going to be day after tomorrow. So tomorrow you have embryology. So today we are going to start with thoracic wall. And yesterday also we had talked a bit about how the thoracic wall is having connections, especially the muscular connections with the upper limb, with the abdomen, with the neck, how there are various muscles which are attached to the thoracic wall. Can somebody confirm if you can see the PPT? I am switching off the camera, and as and when required, I'll switch it on when I have something to describe, right? Okay. Now, if you see, so what we're going to do today is, and also, if you find any difficulty during this lecture, if you find that you can't hear me or you can't, you can put it. Your question box is open. You can put in your things over there so that I'll immediately respond to whatever problems which you're facing, or any question you have which needs to be addressed urgently. You can type in their questions there. All right. Okay, I want to repeat it again. When I told you to write a roll number, only type your roll number. Do not type the year. This is for your batch only. Do not type in your name. Do not type roll number. This. Only write your roll number. Okay. All right. So what we need to understand today, we're going to start with this. So I'm switching off my camera. I will switch it on as when required. So it's unnecessary distraction. That's all. All right, so coming to the thoracic wall. So the topics which we are going to cover today are the bones which form the thoracic wall, the muscles which are going to be working over there, and so the muscles which are working in this region, as we discussed yesterday, also there are some muscles which are present over here only, and there are 4 muscles which connect the thorax to the upper limb, to the neck, to the abdomen. So those we can also call them as extrinsic muscles. And there will be some exclusive muscles of the upper limb, of the thorax, which we call as the intrinsic muscles of the thorax. So that is how the muscles will be obviously having some muscular attachment, bony attachment, which we'll be talking about, and what functions they do when they operate and what they are able to do. So we have a thoracic wall, and then we need to have some arteries, veins, and nerves. So today we're going to cover the arteries. And tomorrow we'll try to cover the nerves and the veins, because veins is a big topic. So I thought we should split it into another session on thoracic wall. So which we'll do it day after tomorrow. So when we are a little more oriented towards the thoracic wall and other structures forming the thoracic wall. So this picture which you see now shows to you which we had seen yesterday also. This is the what we form, which we call as a skeleton of the thorax or the thoracic cage. So thoracic cage, right? So thoracic cage or the thoracic wall. So as you know, it comprises of the bone in front, which is the sternum. Then we have these intervening costal cartilages, and then we have the ribs, which have these various parts, which we'll be doing today in your demonstration. That is, it has a head, it has a neck, it has a part which is called tubercle, and then the shaft. So it has got two ends, posterior end, which is what with which it is articulating with the vertebra behind, and then it has an anterior end, which is going to make it reach the close to the sternum, which we call as the costal element or costal end of the rib, or anterior end of the costal end of the rib. And most posteriorly, we have these vertebrae, which is called as the so because they lie in the thoracic region, we call them as thoracic vertebrae. So we have 12 pair of ribs and 12 thoracic vertebrae, which comprise of the skeleton posteriorly or the thoracic cage posteriorly, along with the intervertebral discs. So we'll have the intervertebral disc also. And we also talked about we have spaces being created because of the ribs. So we have these intercostal spaces, which we call as intercostal spaces. And so we call them as the spaces posterior. The same space continues from posterior to anterior aspect, the same space. So, and this will therefore, suppose we have this space, we will call as this as, so this is as which intercostal space? कौन बताएगा? Anjali Sinha, roll number 29. हाँ जी, roll number 29 कौन है? Anjali Sinha, can you unmute yourself? Sir, I can't unmute myself. Okay. So Anjali Yadav, so let it be Anjali's only. Anjali Gautam. Any Anjali? Anjali Gautam or Anjali Yadav? You, all three of you have an opportunity to speak now. Anjali Gautam, Anjali Yadav. अंजलि गौतम है यहाँ पर? अंजलि यादव तो नहीं है. अंजलि यादव is not there. अंजलि यादव, roll number. अंजलि गौतम. हाँ, can you speak? अंजलि गौतम. अंजलि गौतम, आप अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं अपने आप को? Who's roll number 1? Roll number 1 है क्या?
Am I audible, sir?
Who is that?
Sir, Anjali Gautam.
हाँ?
Anjali Gautam.
हाँ जी, अंजलि गौतम. All right, you are very much audible. Tell me this. ये बताइए, ये आपको पीपीटी दिखाई दे रहा है अभी?
Yes, sir. Sir, can you repeat, sir?
अभी आपको स्क्रीन पे क्या दिखाई दे रहा है मेरे स्क्रीन पर?
सर, मेरे को thoracic cage दिखाई दे रहा है.
और क्वेश्चंस वाला बॉक्स भी दिख रहा है क्या? नहीं दिख रहा है.
सर, क्वेश्चन बॉक्स
नहीं दिख रहा है. ठीक है, राइट. ओके, नाउ यू कैन सी द thoracic cage, नो. सो व्हाट आई वांटेड टू आस्क यू, ये वाला जो स्पेस है, इस स्पेस को अगर हमें नंबर देना है तो व्हिच नंबर विल बी दिस? व्हिच विल बी दिस? व्हिच इंटरकॉस्टल स्पेस इज दिस?
The first.
This is the first intercostal space. Very good. Because it lies between the first rib and इसके ऊपर तो कोई space नहीं हो सकता है, right?
Yes, sir.
So we have this, and which will be this intercostal space?
The fourth.
So ये हमारा fourth है, तो ये third हो गया, ये second हो गया, ये first हो गया. Very good. So we have these spaces which we call as intercostal spaces, and if you follow these intercostal space down below, देखते जाते हो जैसे कि हमारा 11th rib and the 12th rib, they do not reach first. So इसका क्या मतलब हुआ कि हमारा first intercostal space तो पूरा है, second भी पूरा है, third भी पूरा है, fourth भी पूरा है, fifth भी पूरा है, sixth जो है यहाँ पर है, और उसके बाद जो हमारे पास intercostal spaces है यहाँ पे anteriorly they becoming deficient, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So they become smaller and smaller because anteriorly rib तो ये costal cartilage पास आते जा रहे हैं, and और इसका मतलब जो हमारा यहाँ पर है, ये कौन सा इंटरकॉस्टल स्पेस होगा, ये वाला?
Sir, this is 11.
11th space है ना? So because we have 12 ribs, so we'll have 11 intercostal spaces in total. So तो ये जो हमारा intercostal space है 11th, तो इसमें क्या है, posterior part तो है, but anterior part नहीं है. So we divide the intercostal space into anterior part and the posterior part. So we will call as the anterior intercostal space, anterior second intercostal space, और इसी को हम पीछे follow करेंगे. So this will be the posterior and posterior second intercostal space. So this will be the posterior first intercostal space. So that is why we say that anterior intercostal space is absent over here in the 10th and the 11th space. We have no anterior intercostal space over here. Right? Okay. Right. Thank you. Thank you, Anjali. अब आप म्यूट कर सकते हैं अपने आप को. So now these spaces are not empty holes and spaces जहाँ से हवा ऐसे बाहर न जाए से. They are closed by something which we call as the fillers, and these fillers are the intercostal muscles. And these intercostal muscles है तो साथ में nerve supply भी चाहिए, so we'll have the spinal nerves which will be coming. So spinal nerves भी हैं. So और then blood supply भी चाहिए इनको, arterial supply चाहिए, nerve supply चाहिए, venous supply भी चाहिए. So those are the structures which will be present in the intercostal spaces apart from other muscles which are here, which we have discussed and we already know. यहाँ पे जैसे हमारा pectoralis major होगा, यहाँ पर pectoralis minor होगा, third, fourth, fifth rib से जाएगा जो यहाँ पर, और serratus anterior यहाँ पे है. So there are other muscles also, but we are interested in thoracic cage and the muscles which are working for the thoracic cage. So only, but बाकी जैसे हमारा serratus anterior है, as you can easily make out that this rib is making a joint over here with this vertebra. So we have a joint formed here between the head of the rib and the body of the vertebra, and then we also have a joint formed here between the costal cartilage and sternum and the costal cartilage and the rib. So Kirti, can you speak out your question? Yes, Kirti.
Good afternoon, sir. So my question is, the structures which are visible here in this diagram, the extensions of the cartilages, what are these structures called?
Which structures?
The extension of the cartilages in between the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th cartilages.
These are
which
spaces,
are filling the intercostal spaces actually.
Only spaces which will be filled by some structures. So let us we'll come to that a little later, that what structures are present there. See, all these spaces are filled. It's not that through these windows we can put on our hands and take things out from inside. These are all filled in by some muscles, which we call as intercostal muscles. The lower space, 7th, the 7th, and this has to be this will be the 7th space. Seventh level है. इसका आपका independent 7th year is to be.
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to hear you. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Can you mute yourself because of background? Yeah, somebody has unmuted. Okay. So if you see this, the seventh space, this is the seventh rib, seventh costal cartilage. This is the seventh rib. So if you see the spaces of the intercostal spaces anteriorly in these spaces, they're becoming narrower and narrower as compared to the spaces above. So that is what I meant by this was that the intercostal spaces are becoming narrower. The anterior part, which we call as the anterior intercostal spaces, are becoming narrower and narrower in the lower part, seventh and below, as compared to the spaces above. And these spaces, all these spaces are filled up by muscles, which we are going to discuss today. That is which we call as intercostal spaces. And within the intercostal spaces, we find the nerves and the vessels, which are going to be supplying these spaces. Now, do you remember कौन बता सकता है मुझे? Who can tell me about the? I need a volunteer. Kirti Prajapati, आपका question clear हो गया? Can you unmute?
Hello. Yes, sir.
अच्छा, आपके ना बैकग्राउंड में बहुत साउंड आ रही है. I think I'll need to have help from somebody else. दशमीत. हाँ जी, दशमीत, can you unmute? Dashmeet Sachdeva.
Hello.
Dashmeet.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. I think कीर्ति प्रजापति का ना बैकग्राउंड में कुछ प्रॉब्लम था. अभी तो ठीक है आवाज?
Yes. हाँ जी सर.
Okay. Now tell me, do you know how the brachial plexus were formed?
Yes, sir.
कैसे बनता था?
सर पहले रूट्स होती है C5, C6, C7, C8, T1.
हाँ.
सर फिर वहां से ट्रंक्स आती हैं.
हाँ. तो हमारे पास होता है ना C5, C6, C7, C8 and T1 होता है. So they are coming down from the neck.
Yes, sir.
Down from the neck. तो यहाँ पे हमने उस दिन भी बात किया था कल कि यहाँ पे हमारा C8 होगा, यहाँ पे हमारा T1 होगा. T1 अब यहाँ से निकल के आएगी. Because हमारे जो सर्वाइकल वर्टिब्रे हैं वो तो होते हैं 7 और सर्वाइकल स्पाइनल नर्व्स होते हैं कितना?
सर 8
होती है ना? So
yes.
हमारा जो हमारा 7th 8th नर्व है, C8 नर्व, वो तो यहाँ से निकलेगा, वो अपर लिम्ब में चला जाएगा और T1 नर्व यहाँ से निकल जाएगा, वो हमारा यहाँ पर भी आएगा और हमारा अपर लिम्ब में भी जा रहा है ना. C8 T1 हमारे मीडियल कॉर्ड को सप्लाई करता है ना.
Yes, sir.
सो इसलिए जो इंटरकॉस्टल स्पेसेस है, कुछ को हम टिपिकल बोलते हैं, कुछ को एटिपिकल स्पेसेस बोलते हैं. सो जो एटिपिकल इंटरकॉस्टल स्पेसेस आर दो स्पेसेस which have these structures, but they are not only limited to these spaces but going to other spaces also. Like if you remember, there's a nerve called intercostobranchial nerve. Dashmeet, I need you again.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember about intercostobranchial nerve?
Yes, sir. Heard the name.
क्या बताइए?
सर ये तो मतलब क्यूटेनियस नर्व होती है ना सर?
हाँ. This is a
cutaneous
nerve
nerve
which connects the arm with your this medial cranial nerve with the second intercostal nerve. With nerve जो हमारी यहाँ की nerve है, second intercostal nerve से join करता है. So जो हमारा second intercostal space है, उसकी एक branch जाके arm में चली जाएगी. So can we call this space as a typical intercostal space?
So can you please repeat the question?
My question, my statement initially was, we call our intercostal space as typical or atypical, right? A typical intercostal space is one in which its content remain within the space. All its contents,
Yes.
content which will be the muscles and the nerves, that is the and the blood vessels. जो भी space के contents है वो उसी space में रहेंगे. So we call that space as the typical intercostal space. Now
सर फिर ये atypical हो.
हाँ, तो फिर ये atypical हो जाएगा ना, इसको atypical बोलना चाहिए because इसका एक branch of content यहाँ बाहर चला गया. So अगर third को देखें, third space, fourth space, fifth space, इनके कंटेंट्स भी यहीं पे रहते हैं, बट बाकी जो स्पेसेस है ना यहाँ के नर्व, बिकॉज यहाँ पे तो एंटी एब्डोमिनल वॉल शुरू हो जाएगा. अब पिक्चर में देख पा रहे हो, है ना?
Yes.
तो ये जो छठा स्पेस से नीचे वाले जो स्पेसेस हैं, छठा, तो यहाँ तो फर्स्ट हो गया, इसकी भी नर्व इधर चली गई, इस फर्स्ट स्पेस का, और सेकंड स्पेस का भी नर्व इधर चला गया. सो थर्ड स्पेस, फोर्थ स्पेस, फिफ्थ स्पेस और सिक्स्थ स्पेस है, इनके नर्व्स जो है इसी स्पेसेस में रहते हैं. सो दैट इज व्हाई वी कॉल देम एज अ टिपिकल इंटरकॉस्टल स्पेसेस. व्हाइल द अदर स्पेसेस, इनके जो नर्व्स और वेसल्स हैं वो एंटी एब्डोमिनल वॉल में भी चले जाते हैं, क्योंकि यहाँ से कहाँ जाएंगे, हवा में तो खत्म नहीं हो जाएंगे. सो दे ट्रैवल मोर मीडियली. वन थिंग व्हिच इज नॉट विजिबल इन दिस डायग्राम इज द एंटी एब्डोमिनल वॉल, जो कि यहाँ पे अटैच होगी मसल्स उनकी. सो वो वहां पे एंटी एब्डोमिनल वॉल में चले जाएंगे. तो इसकी वजह से, बिकॉज ये इधर से ऐसे चले गए, यहाँ पे तो ऊपर वाले तो लिमिट हो गए यहाँ पे, और नीचे यहाँ पे सपोज दिस इज द, कैन यू सी मी?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, सपोज
So now the camera is gone. हाँ sir, now it's visible.
so suppose this is the what, this is the sternum. So ribs, हमारे अपनी रिब यहाँ पर आ रही है, पर रिब्स तो ऐसे भी आ रहे हैं ना. So यहाँ से स्पेसेस से वो निकल के एंटी एब्डोमिनल वॉल में चले गए. स्टर्नम, दिस इज स्टर्नम. So बाकी जो नर्व्स वेसल्स है वो निकल के एंटी एब्डोमिनल वॉल में चले गए. So that is why they are not only contributing to the space but also to the anti abdominal wall. So that is why these lower spaces are also called as the atypical spaces. They are not typical because their contents are going beyond the spaces. Okay. Now, what are the contents? Let's try to understand this. Okay, ये पिक्चर आपको दिखाती है कि आपका ये रिब है, and these are the few muscles which are occupying the intercostal space. This is a typical intercostal space, and these are the nerves and vessels which are located over here. And this is also another picture which shows to you that how various structures. This is the intercostal. This is a section which has gone. This is a section which has gone. Supposing the intercostal spaces ये ऐसे अपने काट दिया है vertically और sagittally कह सकते हो, parasagittally. So जिसमें कि आप देख सकते हो कि this is the muscles occupying the interspaces, filling up the intercostal space, and a needle has been injected into this so that we can either inject or take some fluid out from this space. Okay. और ये एक पिक्चर है जिसको इसको हम बोलते हैं चेस्ट ट्यूब. क्या बोलते हैं? There is a picture which is called as a tube. Can you see this picture?
Yes, sir.
So what do you see in this picture?
It's a chest tube.
Chest tube तो कहीं भी हो सकता है, but this chest tube is inserted into a chest of a person, right?
Yes, sir.
On the left side. So therefore, and it is a phenomenon. This is a tube. This is called as okay. This is called as the tube. As you can see, also some fluid tube. दिख रहा है आपको?
Yes, sir.
Can you make something in that, something looking like a blood and coming out from this? So there might have been blood inside, and that tube is being used to drain that blood out from that space, which is called as the pleural space. So there are reasons where we need to put in a tube or put in a needle to take the fluid out from the space. And as I told you yesterday also, today also, I'm telling again, that there might be situation where we need to inject something into that space as well. So that is why we need to understand ये ट्यूब को हम कहीं भी ऐसे नहीं घुसा दें, और अगर कुछ complications होती है, we should know what we are doing and what area we are working on. So which is why we need to understand what the anatomy of the intercostal space. All right, so this is an anatomical picture how the chest tube is inserted. It is inserted in the intercostal space and then put into this. That's how it reaches. This is again a coronal section or a vertical section through the, sorry, not coronal, vertical section through the this one rib above, another rib below. So how this is how the tube is inserted. All right. So now let's try to understand how these muscles are present in the intercostal space. So muscles की हम बात कर रहे हैं. So जो पहला मसल हमारे पास दिख रहा है यहाँ पे, पहला मसल जो दिख रहा है, that is called as the external intercostal muscle. अच्छा, before that I want to know from you, can somebody identify this muscle? What is this muscle? This is our rib, which has been cut vertically over here. Okay, very good. This is the serratus anterior. It will be two digitations of serratus anterior visible. Very good. So this is serratus anterior. So deep to serratus anterior, we have this muscle. So this the intercostal space. The intercostal space is occupied by these muscle, and the muscle is in three layers. सबसे बाहर एक मसल है, उसके बाद एक मसल है, उसके अंदर एक मसल है. So the सबसे बाहर वाला मसल का नाम क्या होना चाहिए? External intercostal. Then we have an internal intercostal, and the innermost is called as the innermost intercostal. So that is how we have these muscles arranged in three lamina or three layers: external intercostal, internal intercostal, and innermost intercostal. So we'll try to understand how these muscles are arranged and how they are attached in the intercostal spaces. So this is the muscle which is called as the external intercostal muscle. So if you look at the attachment, so how many external intercostal muscle will we have? Okay, कौन बताएगा? How many external intercostal muscles will we have? On one side, right side or left side, किसी में भी. 11, very good. So we'll have 11 intercostal spaces. Wonderful. So ये जो हमारे suppose let's take an example. This is a rib above and rib below. If we talk about this, so this muscle takes origin from the inferior border of the rib above, and the muscle goes directly downwards and forwards to be attached to the outer lip of the rib below. As you could see in this diagram, it arises from the inferior margin of the rib above and goes to the outer border of the rib below. So here in this diagram, this is outside the आपको skin superficial fascia दिखाई दे रहा है. So this muscle, which is attached to the inferior border of the rib above, goes to the outer surface of the rib below. That is the external intercostal muscle. External intercostal muscle. And if you follow, this is closer to the sternum. This part is closer to the sternum. So when this muscle reaches, and over here we will be, when this is going to reach its sternum, we won't find this bone, we will find the costal cartilage. So over here, these muscles are, muscles become deficient, and it continues as a membrane towards the lateral margin of the sternum, जो कि आप इस diagram में देख सकते हो. So muscle will be over here. So as it reaches over here to the lateral margin of the sternum, it becomes a membrane, and here it is called as the anterior intercostal membrane or the external intercostal membrane. Both are the same. Some people call it as anti-external membrane, anterior intercostal membrane, or external intercostal membrane. It is called external intercostal membrane because it is a continuation of the external intercostal muscle. So these fibers are directed downwards, forwards, and medially. So if you look at this, okay, let me try to explain. Let me try to explain. Let me try to explain where, okay. Okay. Dashmeet, can you confirm if you can see me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. अच्छा आप देखते रहो, मुझे बताते रहो आपको क्या समझ आ रहा है. Alright. Okay. What I was trying to tell you was the attachment of and the orientation of the external oblique muscle, external intercostal muscle. So external intercostal, suppose these are the two ribs, one rib above and one rib below. So external intercostal muscle will be going attached to the inferior part of the rib above and going downwards and medially in the anterior part. और बाद में ये कंटिन्यू करेगा एज अ मेम्ब्रेन टुवर्ड्स द लैटरल एंड ऑफ द स्टर्नम. ये दिख रहा है आपको?
हाँ जी सर.
ओके. अभी 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 इसी सपोज वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द thoracic cage. Now these fibers are like this. So अगर if we make this person turn like this, so which part of this person are you looking at?
Lateral. Sir.
This is a person standing towards you with this
Yes,
sternum
sir.
in front. अगर मैं इसको इधर को टर्न करा रहा हूँ तो कौन सा साइड दिख रहा है आपको?
Sir, lateral.
Which one? Right, left?
Sir, right.
राइट साइड है. ठीक है. सो एक्सटर्नल आगे एक्सटर्नल इंटरकॉस्टल ऐसे अटैच्ड है यहाँ पर. अब यहाँ पर ये इसका ओरिएंटेशन ऐसे हो जाएगा. इट विल बी डाउनवर्ड्स एंड लैटरली. और आगे ये मसल का डायरेक्शन होगा डाउनवर्ड्स एंड मीडियली. सेम मसल है ना. आगे ये डाउनवर्ड्स एंड मीडियली है और यहाँ पर ये डाउनवर्ड्स एंड लैटरली हो गया. और इसी को जब हम पूरा टर्न करते हैं टुवर्ड द बैक तो फिर डाउनवर्ड्स एंड लैटरली हो जाएगा. ये समझ आ रहा है आपको या नहीं आ रहा है?
सर वो लास्ट वाला पार्ट नहीं आया, बस थर्ड.
अच्छा ये दिस इज द पर्सन. आपको मेरे हाथ दिखाई दे रहे हैं अभी?
हाँ जी सर.
This is a person with the back towards you. So external intercostal is directed downwards and laterally in the posterior part. और इसी को मैं ऐसे वही laterally हो गया downwards and laterally और वही मसल आगे हो गई downwards and medially.
Yes sir.
Are you getting it? The same muscle but the orientation could be the same. That is because the muscle fibers हम बात कर रहे हैं anti intercostal external intercostal का. So external intercostal is directed in the anterior part, it is directed downwards and medially. In the lateral part it is attached downwards and laterally. और वही fibers पीछे हो जाएंगे downwards and they will be downwards and laterally of course. यहाँ पर भी downwards and laterally और पीछे भी downwards and laterally. और so this is how the fibers are attached. In the anterior part it will be downwards and medially, while in the posterior part it will be downwards and laterally. So that is how, I don't know whether I am able to explain it to you or not. कीर्ति प्रजापति और निकेती से तो बात करना मुश्किल है. उत्सव बत्रा से बात कर सकते हैं. उत्सव you just came I think. नहीं उत्सव तो पहले से है. उत्सव Utsav.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Have I been able to explain to you, make you understand this, what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir. I was able to orient the muscle when it is present in anterior and the posterior one.
So it is attached on the lower border of the rib above, and it is going downwards. तो ये पीछे जो है ना, ये हमने बात किया था rib का part से head है, ये neck है, ठीक है? तो neck के level से शुरू होती है. कहाँ से शुरू होती है? Neck of the first neck of से शुरू होती है. And then the fibers are directed downwards. जैसे इस केस में अगर मैं external intercostal बनाना चाहता हूँ, second intercostal में, तो मैं ऐसे बनाऊंगा डायग्राम्स का, ऐसे फाइबर्स डाउनवर्ड से
Yes.
लैटरली, और वही मसल जब आगे आ जाएगी यहाँ पर सेकेंड इंटरकॉस्टल में, यहाँ पर वो ऐसे होगी, डायरेक्शन
Yes.
इसकी ऐसे होगी, और यहाँ पर वही मसल ऐसे होगी, बिकॉज
Yes.
उस मसल को हमारा पीछे से आना, ऐसे 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 करते हुए, ऐसे करते हुए फिर वो आगे आ गया, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
is it all right? Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Chalo. So that is about the external intercostal. And as I told you, posteriorly it starts from the which place? Lower border of the rib above, from the
Near
tubercle,
at neck.
from the actually यहाँ पर एक ligament होता है close to the vertebra, which is called as a superior costotrансवर्स ligament. But अभी खाली नाम सुन लो, try to find out about it. So it is closer to the tubercle of the ribs. So वहाँ से ये आती है from the rib above, getting inserted like this to the outer border of the rib below, and as it reaches towards the lateral end of the sternum, it becomes a membrane, and then there it is called as the external intercostal membrane.
सर आपने वो लिगामेंट का नाम क्या बताया था?
हाँ, superior costotrансवर्स ligament. अभी भूल जाओ उसको, वाली बस सुन लीजिए, so that next time when you hear it, आपको लगेगा पहले कभी सुना हुआ है. Superior costotrансवर्स ligament.
Okay.
So which is over here. तो उससे भी अटैचमेंट यहाँ पर होता है इसका. Some fibers, posterior fibers उससे अटैच होते हैं, and close to the tubercle of the rib, और यहाँ से ये ऐसे जाएंगे. Okay. So external intercostal सबसे हमारे जो external intercostal muscles हैं सारे जितने भी हैं तीनों, उन सब में से सबसे thick muscle है, मतलब कि सबसे ज्यादा strong muscle फिर यही होनी चाहिए हमारी external intercostal muscle. और ये nerve कौन से supply करते हैं उसके बारे में अभी हम थोड़ी देर में बात करेंगे. Now coming to the next muscle which is lying deeper to this, which is called internal intercostal. जैसे हमने बात की यहाँ पे, हाँ, तो ये हमारा हो गया एक्सटर्नल इंटरकॉस्टल, और ये मसल है डीपर मसल टू दिस, दैट इज कॉल्ड इंटरनल इंटरकॉस्टल. एंड वन थिंग आई थिंक यू कैन इजीली अप्रिशिएट is that direction of fibers is very different from each other. It is almost perpendicular. The direction of fibers of internal intercostal, which is deeper to external intercostal, is almost at 90 degrees to the external intercostal. And let us see how this muscle is going to be taking origin from. So ये जो muscle है हमारा internal intercostal muscle, which lies just deep to the external intercostal, arises from the floor of this area. Can you make out there's a depression here in the, this is a transverse section of a rib. इसका एक upper margin है, एक lower margin है. Upper margin we call as the outer lip and inner lip. The inferior margin, which is called as the inferior margin, which is a sharp margin. And deeper to this lower part of the rib, we have a groove which is called as a costal groove. So the costal groove है, so this is a place which provides attachment to the internal intercostal muscle, and other attachment is on the inner lip of the rib below. So we have these two attachments, and the direction of fibers is opposite, at 90 degrees to the with the direction of the external intercostal muscle. And just like that, as you can also appreciate one thing, that internal intercostal is extending beyond the external intercostal in the anterior part of the intercostal space. ये आपका serratus anterior, तो we are talking about the anterior part of the intercostal space. तो यहाँ पर हमने बात किया था that the external intercostal becomes membrane called as the external intercostal membrane. So यहाँ पर हमारा muscle है which is the internal intercostal, and so यहाँ पर हमारा मिलेगा external intercostal muscle, and beyond that will be external intercostal membrane. अब यहाँ पर हमारा so external intercostal ऐसे, so internal intercostal will be like this at 90 degrees to the direction of fibers of internal external oblique, and posteriorly beyond the neck of the rib, this becomes a membrane. Just like external intercostal membrane, external intercostal muscle becomes membranous here, the internal intercostal muscle becomes membranous in the posterior part, close to the bodies of the vertebra or go beyond the neck of the ribs. And these जो हमारा external intercostal है वो तो continuously thick होता है, but the जो हमारा internal intercostal है, that is thicker closer to the anterior part, where we have this what we call as a intercartilaginous part. So this is where we find the internal intercostal muscle to be thickest of all the places along the whole length of the intercostal space. So Kirti Prajapati, Kirti, can you tell me the attachment of internal intercostal muscle, please? Kirti, Kirti, you are not still muted. Okay, anyone else? Anyone else? So, Gauri, are you there? G. Can you unmute? Gauri? Gauri? You are unmuted.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Can you tell me the attachment of internal intercostal?
Sir.
Good afternoon. Can you tell me the
So,
attachment of
on the upper side, the internal intercostal muscles on the upper side, they're attached to the costal groove, and on the lower side, on the inner lip of the lower rib.
The costal groove, very good. यहाँ पर हमारा floor of the costal groove पे attach है, and then fibers go downwards and backwards in the anterior part, and they are attached to the
the inner lip of the lower rib, sir.
Lower lip below, right? So and anything else you want to tell about the internal intercostal?
So functionally, or the direction, the downwards
It
and
is
on the front.
downwards and laterally in the anterior part. Right?
Downward and
This is
laterally on the front, downward medially at the back, at 90 degrees to the external intercostal muscles, and they're thinner than in external intercostal muscles.
And in the intercartilaginous part, you find this thicker.
Yes, sir.
Right? So इसका मतलब हमारा जो ये muscle है ये costal cartilage से भी आ रही है, because it is there also, right? So that is why. Okay. So that is the internal intercostal muscle. Okay, all right. Now then we have a muscle which is which lies. Okay. So इस diagram में भी आप देख सकते हैं. This is the external intercostal muscle, and from the floor of the groove, costal groove, और फिर ये यहाँ पे muscle नीचे जा रहा है. That is the internal intercostal muscle. So that is about the internal intercostal muscle. Then the muscle which is deeper to this is the innermost intercostal. Now the innermost intercostal muscle is the deepest of the three, and it is not very significant and sometimes absent also. And it becomes the posteriorly, the innermost intercostal muscle are said to be more well developed, and they are there given a name called as a subcostal muscle or subcostalis. And there is another muscle. So this muscle is actually a muscle which is not in continuity, unlike the two muscles which you talked about, that is the external intercostal and external intercostal and internal intercostal. The innermost intercostal muscle in the posterior part, it is a layer, and the direction of fibers of the innermost intercostal muscle is same as internal intercostal. So that is one thing which you need not be worried about, that the attachment of the direction of fibers of innermost intercostal is same to that of internal intercostal muscle. And internal intercostal muscle, as you can see in this diagram, it will be lying deeper to the internal intercostal muscle, and nerves and blood vessels, they lie in this plane, that is between the innermost intercostal and the internal intercostal, and deeper to this. So this is going to form the thoracic wall. And what is going to be deeper to the thoracic wall? Gauri, can you tell me what is going to be deeper to thoracic wall inside?
So the membranes of the lung, the pleura.
Lung covered by a membrane which is called as a pleura. So
Yes,
between the lung and the we have inside we have lung, and outside the lung we have the membrane which is going to envelop the lung, which is called as a pleura. So between the pleura and the thoracic wall, there is a layer of condensed loose connective tissue. So there is a thin sheet which lies between the thoracic wall and the pleura. Deeper to the pleura we have the lung. So between the pleura and the thoracic wall, we have a thin sheet of membrane which is a condensed loose connective tissue, and that is what is called as the endothoracic fascia. So endothoracic fascia will lie between what and what?
So the parietal pleura and the thoracic wall. So the innermost layer of thoracic wall would be innermost intercostal muscles.
Yes, very good. So that is why we will have the endothoracic fascia between the innermost layer and the innermost layer and the parietal pleura. Very good. So that is about the. Okay, then I was trying to tell you about this muscle which you can. Okay, now see this picture. In this picture, this is a picture of this is a big huge tube that is called the aorta, and behind the aorta is the aorta, this vertebrae. So it means we are looking at the posterior thoracic wall from the front. We have removed everything from the anterior part of the thoracic cage, and see, we have a thoracic cage, and we have cut the thoracic cage, removed everything. So we have an aorta over here close to the vertebral column, and we are watching from the front. So this is what we are looking at the moment, right? So
Yes.
as we discussed, the nerves and vessels are lying in between which layer? So in this diagram, can you make out the muscles?
Internal intercostals and inner intercostals.
This will be which muscle?
So this should be internal intercostal muscles, sir, because no, sir, these are external intercostals. Because these are on the back side, they're going downward.
Inside, we are within the thoracic cavity. We are sitting in the inside thoracic cavity, and we will try to look at the thoracic wall, the posterior part of thoracic wall from its anterior aspects.
Yes, sir. So these should be external intercostals because they are going downward and laterally at the back.
Very good, very good, very good. So this is the external intercostal, and this will be the internal intercostal, and this is the innermost intercostal. As I told you, the direction of fibers innermost intercostal, and the internal intercostal is the same direction. And you can see these nerves and vessels entering from behind to enter into these spaces. These spaces between the internal intercostal and the innermost intercostal, right? Can you make out?
Yes, sir.
The nerves and vessels, they lie in this plane. Which plane? The plane between the innermost intercostal and the internal intercostal, which we could see.
Yes, sir.
In this diagram also. Yeah, here also. This is the internal intercostal and this is the innermost intercostal. So these nerves and vessels are here between these two muscles. Okay. Right. So, okay, then we have a muscle which is called as the sternocostalis or transversus thoracic muscle, which I had a diagram, I think. Yeah, this muscle, which you can see over here, this is called as the transversus thoracic muscle. And this muscle is also called as the sternocostalis. See, this, okay, let me first orient you to this diagram, this picture. In this picture, कोई बता सकता है मुझे what क्या हो सकता है? कौन बताएगा?
Sorry, sir.
Can you understand what is this picture?
Sir, I think this is the back side of sternum, the internal side.
Wonderful. This is the means हमने thoracic wall को काट दिया और हम उसको inside से देख रहे हैं, है ना? Anti-thoracic wall from inside. Wonderful. So we can make out the back of the sternum. We can see the this has been the costal cartilage covered by some muscle, and then the inner aspect of the ribs. So ये हमारा यहाँ पे clavicle है, ये first rib है, and there's some muscles attached to the back of the manubrium part of the sternum. Okay. So ये हमारे मसल है, इसको बोलते हैं sternocostal, because sternum back आ रही है हमारे कहाँ से आ रही है, arise हो रही है from the back of the sternum, right, and going to the costal cartilages or ribs. So that is why this muscle is called as either sternocostalis, and because of the fiber is more or less transversely arranged, so this is also called as the sternocostalis. Now this muscle is actually present in the lower third of the posterior part of the sternum. It's not in the more prominent in the upper part, it's only in the lower third of the back of the sternum. And from here, the fibers, they slightly ascend and go transversely to be attached to the, as you can see, to the corresponding, you can see the second rib, third rib, fourth, fifth, sixth. So sixth, up till the sixth costal cartilage in the ribs inner aspect, this is what. So this is the part of the, in this lies in the same plane as the innermost intercostal. As I told you, innermost intercostal is very thin membrane, muscle. It is more prominent in the intermediate part, but close to the sternum, in the same place lies the same plane lies the muscle called as sternocostalis. Sternocostalis or the transversus thoracis. Because of the direction of fibers, it is called transversus thoracis. So that is about the muscles of this region. And I'll quickly tell you about the blood vessels, and we'll do the blood vessels tomorrow because it's already time, so almost 3 minutes more. So let me orient you to the blood vessels. And once that is done, we will try to, okay, now look at this diagram. Amit, can I have Amit Gujjar? Amit Gujjar, can you unmute?
Yes, sir.
So can you tell me what is happening in this diagram?
Sir, it is transverse section of
this diagram को देखते हैं, I think. You stay here. फिर मैं पूछूंगा आपके उस diagram में क्या हो रहा है. Now this diagram, look at this diagram. This diagram shows to you the sternum. It shows to you the thoracic cage, the vertebral column, and the part of this thoracic cage which has been cut open to see inside of the thoracic cavity. ठीक है, Amit? Hello, Amit?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, as I told you, that each space has its own arterial supply and the nerve supply and the blood supply, both arterial vein and the nerve supply. So, ये कौन सी blood vessel दिख रही है? बड़ा सा आपको दिख रहा है? इसका नाम क्या है?
Sir, descending aorta.
Very good. This is a descending thoracic aorta. So, descending thoracic aorta से पहले यहाँ पे एक arch of aorta, ये arch of aorta, heart यहाँ पर आगे होता है ना? Just behind the sternum is the heart over here. Arch of aorta यहाँ से एक branch आती है subclavian artery. तो उसकी branch है एक supraclavicular artery. So उसमें से और हमारे ये ये हमारे सबक्लेवियन की ब्रांच आ रहा है यहाँ से, एक जो आगे जा रहा है, और ये हमारा जस्ट बिहाइंड दी कॉस्टल कार्टिलेज चल रही है आर्टरी, और इसका
Yes.
नाम होता है क्या नाम, इसको नाम क्या दोगे अगर नाम आगे देना है तो? कुछ नाम देना चाहोगे इसको?
Posterior costal.
वंडरफुल, बहुत अच्छा, वेरी गुड। ये वैसे नाम नहीं देते, इसको बोलते हैं इंटरनल थोरेसिक आर्टरी। क्या बोलते हैं?
Internal thoracic artery.
थोरेसिक आर्टरी, वेरी गुड। सो ये इधर साइड की भी दिख रही है और उधर साइड की भी दिख रही है, इंटरनल थोरेसिक आर्टरी, राइट? सो दिस इज द
Yes.
इंटरनल थोरेसिक आर्टरी। और इंटरनल थोरेसिक आर्टरी जो है, तो याद है आपको मेमोरी ग्लैंड? मेमोरी ग्लैंड की ब्लड सप्लाई याद है आपको?
Sorry sir.
कोई बात नहीं। मेमोरी ग्लैंड जो हमारा है, वो मेमोरी ग्लैंड भी तो यहाँ कहीं लाई करेगा ना, इस रीजन में।
Yes sir. Yes sir.
सो मेमोरी ग्लैंड हमारी कुछ ब्रांच देता है ना, स्पेशली द मिडिल पार्ट, यहाँ पे हमारा आता है कुछ परफोरेटिंग आर्टरीज फ्रॉम सेकंड, थर्ड एंड फोर्थ इंटरकॉस्टल आर्टरीज। तो ये हमारी जो आर्टरी है, कौन सी आर्टरी है, इसका नाम?
Internal thoracic artery sir.
हाँ, इंटरनल थोरेसिक आर्टरी है। ये हमारा 6 इंटरकॉस्टल स्पेस से चलता है, उसके बाद ये 2 ब्रांच में डिवाइड हो जाता है, एक इधर चला गया और एक ये हमारा एंटीएबडोमिनल वॉल में चला जाता है। तो जो इधर चला गया इसको हम बोलते हैं मस्कुलोफ्रेनिक। क्या बोलते हैं?
Musculophrenic.
हाँ, मस्कुलोफ्रेनिक। क्या बोलते हैं? मस्कुलोफ्रेनिक। सो
Musculophrenic sir.
thoracic artery divides into
Two branches.
musculophrenic and superior epigastric artery, right? superior epigastric. So ये मैंने को क्वेश्चन वाले में टाइप किया है। ये आप कहीं आया, आपकी स्क्रीन पे आया लिखा हुआ?
Yes sir.
हेलो, हाँ। सो यहाँ पे ये 2 डिवाइड हो गया into musculophrenic and superior epigastric. So ये जो internal thoracic artery है, it is going to give branches into every intercostal space, and that is called as the, ये क्या नाम होना चाहिए उनका आर्टरीज का?
Costal arteries sir.
हाँ, वेरी गुड, इंटरकॉस्टल आर्टरीज है ना। और क्योंकि ये
Yes sir.
एंटीरियर एरिया में सप्लाई कर रहे हैं, तो इनका नाम होगा एंटीरियर इंटरकॉस्टल आर्टरीज। क्या नाम होगा?
Anterior intercostal arteries.
और ये इस डायग्राम में भी आप देख सकते हो, this diagram, this is where these vessels will be traveling in the intercostal spaces close to the
Yes.
in the rib. ये आर्टरी आपको दिखाई दे रही है, और यहाँ पे एक इंपॉर्टेंट रिलेशनशिप होती है इसका, ऊपर वेन होती है, आर्टरी होती है, नीचे वेन होती है। मैं इनके बारे में डिटेल कल बात करूंगा, टाइम हो गया। और उसी तरह से पीछे से भी आर्टरी आ रही है यहाँ से, जिसका नाम होगा पोस्टीरियर इंटरकॉस्टल आर्टरीज। क्या नाम होगा?
Posterior intercostal arteries.
आ रही है ना,
Yes.
ये आ रही है अयोटा से, पीछे से आ रही है, ऐसे पीछे पोस्टीरियर इंटरकॉस्टल आर्टरीज पीछे से आगे चल रही है, और एंटीरियर इंटरकॉस्टल आर्टरीज आगे से पीछे चल रही है। इज इट ओके?
Yes sir.
ये समझ आया कि नहीं आया?
Yes sir. आ गया sir.
पता नहीं आया कि नहीं, आई डोंट नो।
आ गया sir. Yes.
ओके, सो हमारा थोरेसिक की जगह ऐसे है ना, तो ये हमारा इधर से इंटरनल थोरेसिक आर्टरी ऐसे जा रही है, और वो एंटी इंटरकॉस्टल आर्टरी दे रही है, और अयोटा इधर है, और वो यहाँ पीछे से दे रहा है पोस्टीरियर इंटरकॉस्टल आर्टरीज। अब ये कितनी ब्रांचेस होती हैं, कौन सी स्पेस में कौन सी होती है, वो हम कल डिस्कस करेंगे, हम डे आफ्टर टुमारो डिस्कस करेंगे। हमें नर्व भी करना है, आर्टरी भी करना है, वेन भी करना है। सो लॉट टू डू ऑन द नेक्स्ट सेशन, बट आई होप you are more oriented towards this, so that your understanding there will become. But आप एक काम कर सकते हो, you please you have the books with you, so read about these 3, so that will save us time, and we'll again do it. Of course we'll do it, but if you have any difficult points, you can cover, write down those. When you write down your roll number, you can write down those difficult areas which you could not understand, so that I'll know what we have not understood about artery, vein, and the nerve. Artery, vein, and the nerve of the thoracic wall. So this is a topic for the next session, but if you have any difficulty, we will discuss it then also. I mean, we'll cover this, and if you have difficulty, So if you have read it, you know what are the difficulties. All right. Google form for today will be given at 7 p.m. Is that okay? 7 p.m. All right.
Yes,
so
sir.
and you'll have to submit it by 7:30. कोशिश करेंगे 7:30 तक आप भेज दो. All right. So that is it. So see you day after tomorrow, and we'll discuss these 3 topics: that venous drainage, nurse supply, and the details of arterial supply. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So have you all put down the roll numbers, or shall I wait for some time? Because there were teachers waiting for a demonstration. You have to do it only once. ऐसा नहीं कि बार-बार आपको करना है. जब तक कुछ लोग रोल नंबर लिख रहे हैं, ये वाला पिक्चर देख लेते हैं. This is what I was trying to tell you. अमित से जब बात हो रही थी. So this is another view, Amit.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, ये हम देख
Yes,
रहे थे ना. तो इस डायग्राम में देखो, अभी आपको समझ आ रहा है, ये aorta है. ये डायग्राम में ट्रांसफर सेक्शन, and we are watching from above. This is sternum in front,
Yes, sir.
और ये हमारा. So aorta थोड़ा लेफ्ट को होता है. So ये aorta से निकल रहा है posterior intercostal arteries, ठीक है ना?
Yes.
और ये हमारा इंटरनल thoracic artery है, जो कि हमारा ये दे रहा है. कौन सी आर्टरी होगी वाली?
Anterior intercostal arteries.
बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. So that is it for today, and we'll meet day after tomorrow. All right, thank you. सबने डाल दिया roll number? अब मैं कुछ नहीं करता. I can't wait for that. 95 January is last. Ayush and भी आ गए. There are still few students who are unable to use the new email IDs. Please talk to your CR Gauri, and she will talk to me. And also there are few people who have filled up their Google form also with a different strange IDs. I want to tell you again, these classes and these Google forms are only exclusively for MBBS students of Maulana Azad Medical College. Please do not share these IDs with or links with other students or your friends. This is only for you, and do not spread it around. All right, thank you.